From being dragged and stomped until you're nearly dead, to getting your hip ripped out of socket. These are the 10 deadliest moments in bull riding history. At number 10, Charlie Litchfield took on Rampage at the 1999 Bonanza in Nashville.
Time. Bonjour. Bonjour, buckaroo. Okay, Rampage, Harper.
He got jerked forward, spun around on the horns, and took shots to the chest and lower body.
All right, I mean, Charlie, that's what he's...
Somehow he walked it off, miraculously. But if you think that was lucky, Jared Farley at number 9 didn't have it much better against cut leg.
Cowboy up, let's go, in trouble.
Right out of the gate, he was jerked around and then slammed into the front side of the bull. Then came another shot before he hit the ground.
Oh man, and he took a shot and Brandon the clock.
He was dazed but made it to the fence. Barely. Now that we're talking about close calls, Cody Whitney at number 8 found himself in a spot where he couldn't control what happened next.
90 points in round 1. He's on David Bailey's Jack Flash.
He rode Jack Flash for about 4 seconds before getting bucked off around the bull's neck, but his hand stayed hung up. The bull spun him around, going for him with horns and hooves.
Whitney, oh no, he's in trouble. He's going down inside the spin, in the well. He's hung up. Dennis Johnson, Rob Smith, trying to get the bull out of the spin. Whitney still in a bind. He's still okay, don't get stepped on, perfect.
Smart enough to hold tight to the neck, he finally came loose. That could have been deadly. And while Whitney was hanging on for dear life, Troy Dunn at number 7 had a different kind of nightmare with Razor.
Make no mistake. One jump at a time, here we go.
He got jerked right, then left, then bucked off hard. When he landed, he did a split that dislocated his hip.
There's that move again. Oh, Steve, hang on. Oh my gosh, that had to hurt his leg. Oh, look out, boys, he's hurting.
The 1998 PBR World Champion was out for 5 months. Talk about a brutal landing. Although Dunn's hip gave out, Leslie Doyle at number 6 got dragged like a rag doll by Hanky Panky.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
His hand hung up, so he got dragged across the arena and thrown against the fence. When he finally came loose, the bull whipped around and tried to run him over.
Now let's get the ceiling cam and let's watch it. I mean, he's hung good, and he is so lucky he didn't get stepped on right there. Rob Smith just goes in there and just taking it on the chin.
He barely escaped, limped away on one leg. That was too close. While Doyle barely escaped being trampled, Tough Hedeman's wreck with Romeo felt downright vicious at number 5.
He's got to be a good one because we saw a couple of good ones that aren't even in the short go. Let's see. Come on, Tuffy.
When the 4-time world champion climbed on Romeo at the 1998 Ty Murray Invitational in Albuquerque, he looked ready, like he'd done this 1,000 times before. But Romeo had other plans.
A whole lot better now. He's just hanging on right there. Got a score, but lucky don't break a leg right there. I mean, that's good. I mean, the bull.
Hedeman rode, then hung up. The bull dragged him around the arena. That's when Romeo's hooves came down. 1 kick, 2 kicks. 3 times those hooves slammed into Hedeman's legs. The sound alone made the crowd wince. When he finally came loose, Hedeman somehow got to his feet and made it to the fence.
Stepped on that left leg about 3 times, but he put his weight on it. That looked good.
I've been through worse, Hedeman said later. When you're hung up like that, you just try to protect yourself. The bull's gonna do what the bull's gonna do. You just hope you walk away. He did walk away, but the bruising on his legs told the real story. That's the thing about legends like Hedeman. They don't quit. Even when their body is screaming at them to stop, they keep going. At number 4, Rogerio Ferreira drew Rampage at the 1999 Justin Championship in Houston.
And he's a little bad. He's not going to fit. Rogerio's going to jump all the way around to the left and then come.
Rampage wasn't just dangerous, the bull was a wrecking machine.
Back foot doesn't get him in the small of the back. Misses the horn for a facial injury. See, his back foot's right on.
He got jerked forward almost immediately. The bull's horns barely missed his face as he fell. Then came the worst part. Rampage's back hoof came down hard, right on Ferreira's body. The impact was brutal.
Right down his kidneys. They had to knock all the air out of him. He's just lucky that the horn didn't knock his face in. He just missed him. Rogerio.
He didn't get up, couldn't get up. The medic team rushed in fast, surrounding him before the bull could circle back. They helped him out carefully. Ferreira was conscious, but clearly in pain. I knew Rampage was tough, Ferreira said through a translator, but I didn't think it would end like that. 1 second I'm trying to ride, the next I'm on the ground and I can't move. The injury kept him out for months, but like most riders, he came back. Now, even though Ferreira got stomped into the dirt, Leslie Doyle's second appearance at number 3 might have been even worse.
Doyle.
Pitkins Pride.
He's on hot spot.
All right, Terry Williams bull.
Doyle climbed on hotspot during round 2 of the 2000 Justin Boots Championship in Houston. He'd already had a rough year, but this ride, this one nearly ended everything. Hotspot bucked him off fast. Doyle's hand stayed stuck to the bull. That's when the nightmare started.
But he gets a little bit behind, comes off away from his hand, and you know when he comes all away from his hand, he's fixing to drag. You see, you know, Max gets in there, has the tail of the rope, trying to get him unwrapped. They get him away.
The bull dragged him through the dirt, stomped on him repeatedly. The bullfighters were trying everything to get Doyle loose, but Hotspot wasn't letting go. Neither was Doyle's hand. When he finally came free, it should have been over, but Hotspot had other plans.
Boy, Max, they're all getting to get up, Leslie.
Good. Oh, man, Roach.
The bull turned around and drove straight for bullfighter Roach Hedeman. Hotspot pinned Roach hard against the chute with his horns. "I thought I was done," Doyle said. When you're being dragged like that, you're just trying to survive. You're not thinking about winning or points. You're thinking about getting out alive. Roach Hedeman took the hit for Doyle. That's what bullfighters do. They put themselves between the rider and the bull, no matter the cost.
He's never been shy to hang up, and it seems like every time there's a wreck, Leslie's right in the middle of it.
I'm telling you.
Both men walked away, but not without scars. Leslie Doyle got dragged twice, but what Jaron Nunemaker went through at number 2 lasted way longer than it should have.
Got a chance to really move up.
Nunemaker drew Hunter at the 2000 NILE Bull Riders Invitational in Billings. He rode his full 8 seconds. The buzzer went off. He should have been celebrating. Instead, his hand hung up.
Hung up the bull rope. He is taking a beating. Stay on your feet. Look at that bull cow kicking at him. Stay on your feet. Keep digging.
Hunter didn't stop bucking just because the ride was over. The bull kept going, dragged Nunemaker around Metro Park Arena like a toy.
And it just gets worse. He went tangled under his arm. I had that happen to me one time, and you're just not coming out until they get
stomped on him over and over, then threw him against the fence. That's when his hand finally came loose. The medic team rushed in and helped him out. Nunemaker was dazed, barely able to stand on his own.
Jimmy's still watching the bull.
Somebody's got.
I made the 8, Nunemaker said, but it didn't matter. The bull wasn't done with me yet. I just remember thinking, when is this gonna end? It felt like forever. It wasn't forever, but it was close. Too close. That's the cruel part about bull riding. You can do everything right and still get destroyed. Now, at number 1, BJ Cramps endured one of the most brutal hang-ups in PBR history against Coyote.
Doesn't have a lot to get a hold of, and this bull has really been bucking.
It was the 2003 Tacoma Classic. Cramps was riding strong. 4 seconds in, everything looked solid. Then he got bucked off, but his hand didn't come free. What happened next was 24 seconds of pure hell.
And now BJ not only bucked off, but he is hung up, and he is still hung up. The bullfighters are all getting a piece of the action.
Coyote spun him around, dragged him through the dirt, stomped on him repeatedly. Cramps' body was completely twisted, contorted in ways that shouldn't be possible.
And get him out of there. Now BJ, get back on his feet. This is a pretty athletic Canadian.
What they need to do is they need to throw him over the other side because his body's been completely twisted.
The crowd went silent. Everyone watching knew this was bad, really bad.
Just gives him a big shot. Here he goes, right here. It gives him a shot.
Then came the final shot. Coyote's head whipped around and caught Cramps in the face. That's what finally knocked him loose.
Completely exhausted. Now, take a look at his left eye. There's blood everywhere. I think he's going to be all right.
When Cramps hit the ground, blood was pouring from his left eye. He cradled his arm, clearly in pain, dazed, broken. But somehow he got up, walked out of the arena on his own. No stretcher, no help, just pure grit. I don't really remember most of it, Cramps said. I remember getting bucked off. Then I remember waking up on the ground with blood everywhere. Everything in between is just blank. His arm was injured, his face was busted, but he didn't quit. Because riders like Cramps don't quit. They don't know how. 24 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, he added. But when you're hung up, it feels like an eternity. You're just waiting for it to end. And when it finally does, you're just grateful to be alive. These riders lived through one of the deadliest moments in bull riding history. They carried the scars, the injuries, the trauma, the memories that don't fade. But they also carried something else, the heart of a true rider, because that's what it takes to survive in this sport. You don't just need skill, you need the willingness to face death and keep going anyway, to climb back on even when your body hasn't healed. These riders know the risks, they've felt the pain, they've seen the wrecks that end careers. But they keep climbing on, keep chasing that 8-second ride, keep pushing the limits of what the human body can endure. That's not just bravery, that's something deeper, something that can't be taught. You either have it or you don't. And these 10 riders, they have it in spades.